Hello there you, and welcome to 600,000 orcs who are about to descend on these Imperial and Space Marine lines. Will the Imperium of Man have enough firepower to be able to hold against the oncoming greenskin tide? As always, if you do enjoy this content, do leave a like and consider subscribing, as that's the best way to support the channel. With all that being said, let's get on with the slaughter. Here we go then, ladies and gentlemen. Will the greenskin horde be able to finally subdue the Imperials that they've chased here into this rather defensible little choke point? We've got a few tanks on the front lines, we've even got a few autocannons, and of course the Death Corps are on the front line. They're being backed up by Blood Ravens. We've got a couple of melee dreadnaughts, we've even got some assault marines back here, as well as a few Cadians. They're going to be holding the final line here. But look at that gigantic greenskin horde. Oh my god, look, already just being lit up by that Imperial firepower. Bolter rounds explode overhead, just taking out multiple orcs. Oh my god, look at that melting effect. It always reminds me of like putting an ice cube on top of a fireplace. Just, this is the ice here, slowly moving forward, and it just disintegrates and dissolves ever so slowly into nothingness here. Look at that greenskin horde, man. The greenskins always look so cool in this game. Now I'm hoping we get some really cool blood lakes on this one. You can see that we've got some rather interesting terrain, and look at that, a body bobsleigh of orc corpses is already underway here as they try to flank around and have met the krieg who are holding at this high ground. So let's give a bit of an overview of the defense here. So we've got this high ground here at the background with the support fire over there. The rest of the line is all concentrated on holding the lip of this valley. Now the orcs can flank around in this one little area here where the kriegers simply didn't have enough men, so we have got a box formation. Oh, look at all the orcs just piling into the krieg here and have finding themselves making a lovely little body pile up and down the line. Though, look at this insanity. Storm boys have surged forward and are smashing their way now through our poor kriegsmen now. Oh my god, that firepower and the blood lake. Little Timmy be praised already. That was really quick. It's not quite deep enough yet to get his rubber dinghy out, but the orcs have just absolutely decimated their way here through the krieg line, who are trying to hold off with a skeleton crew. But that orc force has just been way too powerful, way too aggressive. So you can see now the Space Marine dreads are up for the fight. They're going to plow their way forward and add themselves to the defense. Not that you can tell anything that's going on currently, because the amount of bullets and explosions that are going on are just absolutely stupendous. You see assault marines also making their way forward here. They want to join in the fray. They don't want to miss out on this. This is a fight for life and survival at the moment. The Imperials making a last stand. The orcs now pouring down, having crushed their way through the through the krieg defense over here. Sorry, I accidentally brought up Steam Overlay then. I don't think you'll see that on the video. But yeah, look at that. The orcs now pouring down the mountains, having overrun the krieg positions there. The kriegers on this line desperately trying to hold them back, but the weight of firepower is just not enough. Them orc hatchets are seeing blood today. Explosions still rip across the front line. But our assault marines are here now, and they have stemmed the tide of green and are slowly trying to turn it red. Blood Ravens with the bolters lending their fire support to that front line. And this is a brutal combat affair here. But you can see that the Space Marines have done their job. They've plugged the gap where, unfortunately, our kriegsmen have faltered. They died violently and valiantly. I can't even say that word. Valiantly? That's the one. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. But oh my god, the greenskins just keep pouring into that breach, and it almost looks, thanks trees, it almost looks like a never-ending wave here. But our dreadnaughts are on the front line, and each blow from these pneumatic claws just takes out hundreds of them. Look at that, just slamming them into the ground, creating these insane shockwaves with their power fists. It's unfortunate that we can't have flamethrowers. I'd love to get flamethrowers on these dreadnoughts. But our assault marines are holding firm, backed up by their battle brothers on the other side. Unfortunately though, there's not enough assault marines to cover the entire line. So a couple of the guys with bolters are having to now take the brunt of the fight here. Oh no, like I said, we have got Cadians left here on the back line. They are holding out, but they are also under assault now as more corpses slowly slide down the hill. We have got Kriegsmen on the back line. They were trying to lend their fire support. Overwatch, basically. This is what their job was. You can see some of them are being attacked on this side as well. Oh my god, the Orks now have really got us around going here. Let's zoom out just a little bit. So you can see here now, the Orks are trying to plug every single gap. But our Imperials are holding firm on this front line. Actually, they're doing more than holding firm. They're pushing the Orks back here as we get this fantastic little blood lake starting to appear. Let's go take a little dive, shall we? I think it's time for little Timmy to get out his rubber dinghy. That is fun for the entire family. Just watch out for the mushroom spores all over the floor. Look at this front line over here though, man. That is so brutal. Literally Space Marines just covered and surrounded and piled up with dead Orks all around them. And living ones. Though it does look like some of the Space Marines are trying to take back the high ground here. They're doing a Luke Skywalker. I don't know which one it is. I've never been a fan of Star Wars. Whoever has the high ground. I know the meme, I just don't know the guy's name from it. Someone will surely tell me in the comments below. I'm really happy with our blood lake so far. Actually, have we got one down here? Because I spy lots of blood sliding down the mountain, as well as Orksies. We got lots of Orks coming down the mountain, so let's just have a check under here. Have we got any? Oh no, I can't see one under there. Has it? Aha! It has escaped. It's all the way down here. This appears to be the valley bottom where we're going to be collecting our blood for now, at least until it filters out and goes down that way. I'm really happy with the results so far, though, of the blood lake. And more Orks are just pouring around trying to capitulate these death corps at the back. And again, we've got another blood lake forming right here. Oh, I love this. Kriegers here got the work cut out, taking on storm boys and choppers. Just a relentless slug forward for them. Look at the size difference as well. I love that. Just Orks towering over them. The Kriegers holding firm. It actually looks like they cleared out this flank. No way. That's pretty good because these guys, look, are lending their firepower right down into this front line. Arcadians here are really under assault. Look at what the Space Marines have done. Oh my god, they've pushed so far forward here. The Orks have got 331. Oh my god, 309,000 left. I couldn't even read the number then for a second. There's so many trees here that it's really hard to get a nice overview. But the defense only has 2,500 remaining. Though a good chunk of them are Space Marines at this point. And then bolters are doing the Emperor's work here. Decimating them front ranks of Orks as they try to pour in. Like I said, I'm really impressed that the Death Corps over there actually managed to clear out one of the flanks. Those the Space Marines keep pushing forward. They are getting thinned out a little bit. That's going to be a bit dangerous. You can see some of the Orks now starting to poke their way through the gaps in the wall, in the line. We've actually done a really good job of trying to hold this flank. A few Orks are pouring through, but they are meeting heavy resistance on the other side. The Battle Brothers over here with their bolt guns taking an absolute pounding from these storm boys that have just descended upon them. We have got a couple of Space Marines here, thankfully. The Assault Marine variant. So the Cadians here just laying down as much fire support as they can. And it's been very effective so far. Thanks again to the Space Marines just halting this greenskin advance. But this part of the line here in particular is just... oh, it's so grim. It's so Warhammer. Just... yeah. That is the full embodiment of Warhammer, as is most of this combat line. The dreadnaughts just destroying everything in front of them. You can see a couple of even mega knobs making their way here, just getting pounded by them dreads. My god, the Space Marines are just going for it, aren't they? You give them a target, my god, they will just chop their way to infinity and beyond. Let's have a look now. Oh my god, that's way deeper than I thought it was going to be. We are starting to get into merchant fleet territory here, as we're actually starting to clear out the Ork flank. What? No way. We've now killed enough that the Orks aren't even flanking around anymore. That means the false fire support is now going to come leveling in here. Look at that. Oh, you poor chaps. This one Space Marine is about to get an entire platoon's worth of fire superiority helping him out. That is insane. But the Orks are pushing down now from the hill. Have they cleaned up the rest of the Death Corps over here? Yes, it does look like it. Okay, so I think now all the Death Corps have been cleaned from the battlefield, unfortunately. They died doing what they loved. Okay, the gunners here trying to hold the base of the hill, lending their fire support right onto these assault marines. Of course, the Orks still pushing down now. Only 217,000 of them remaining. We've just killed an absolute mega chunk of them so far. Yeah, you look at these, you can see all the bolters now slowly pushing up, trying to get better firing positions as the assault marines keep surging forwards. But it does feel like we are getting a crack in the line. Yeah, look, we've definitely lost dreadnaughts here now. I think this might actually be our last dreadnaught. And when this guy goes down, there's going to be a lot of Orks that can surge through that centre line. It really is the last dreadnought, isn't it? Yeah. But look at the mound of bodies around him. Oh, and there he goes. It's finally fallen. Are the Orks going to push through the centre, or are they going to be distracted by the Marines? Yeah, look, a couple of them are going for the Battle Brothers here. But that horde is shrinking in size, and that puddle in the distance seems to be growing. So something magical is happening here. Yeah, look, the Orks now just pouring through that breach. However, they have still been met with a heck of a lot of firepower. Just being leveled right into them, man. The Orks are doing pretty well, though, considering they're against a lot of Space Marines here. The Space Marines have been holding out really well. Just gotta have a look at this Blood Lake. I want to see what it's like. Oh, it's definitely getting there. Look at that. That's deeper than before. And in parts, oh yes, very nice. We've still got a little bit of work to do to that. Yeah, this is what's happened to the Orks. Oh, that is horrific, but also absolutely magnificent at the same time. Let's go back to our body pile generation over here. Have the Orks actually broken through the line properly here? Yeah, it does look like they've actually may have killed another Space Marine over here on this side. But the body piles around each Space Marine is really starting to mount up. It's amazing, man, what a couple of Space Marines can do. Look, this entire flank has been cleaned out now. Not only did they stop an entire greenskin advance down this way, they've pushed it back up to here. And they're now actually threatening to encircle the greenskins themselves. We have still got a lot of them up here, though, looking to charge down. It's a bit weird, because that kind of looks pathable over there. But yeah, they're going to be distracted by these Space Marines on the front line. And as they kill more and more here, it is just going to make the area easier to path for the Orks. Like that. There we go. We've got a bunch of them now starting to make their way down. Okay. I was wondering why these guys weren't running down this way. It's because there's a Space Marine right here. Oh, there's two, in fact. Oh my god, look how surrounded they are. They're just taking a hammering. Yeah, the front line's getting a bit thin here, though. Still got 1,600 defenders remaining. We're now down to 134,000 here for the Orks. And it's still all to play for them. Does feel like they're slowly capitulating the lines. But we have got Blood Ravens with bolt guns ready and waiting to take up the mantle of defense here once the Assault Marines are down. And then, of course, we've got the last stand here with our Guardsmen, who've witnessed some goddamn horrors today. Man, these body piles are getting truly insane. I love how the Blood Ravens are just using them as well as cover. Look at that. That's at least 3/4 cover. This line has been held really nicely for a very long time by our Space Marines. Is it going to be enough, though? There's still 100,000 Orks remaining, and this line is falling bit by bit as the Space Marines start getting surrounded. However, These battle brothers on this side are very, very determined. They're just pushing right into all these storm boys, taking them head on and cleaving a path through them. How many orcs? Actually, look at this. They're all starting to thin out little by little. You can definitely tell that a dent has been put in the orc horde now. So the orcs really quickly need to get down these assault marines. They've thrown enough troops at them. There, that's what, as well, yeah, they need to start attacking through the center line. That'd be really good for the orcs. They've got enough units. Look at this, all these units that could be pouring through here. And they're starting to now, finally. But yeah, they meet some insane firepower. I love the bolt rounds just exploding and taking out 3 or 4 orcs easily. But only 1,000. Look, we've barely lost any defenders. 1,597. I said 1,600 before, so yeah, we've lost hardly any. And the orcs are now down to 80,000. And the Space Marines are just getting this flank more and more under control as time goes on. The orcs need to break this center line rapidly. Get all these forces moving into the center here and actually start taking on these Cadian gunners. Because at the moment, they've all been distracted by assault marines. Well, like I said, dude, you know, these guys are not to be underestimated. They have some real firepower in them. Just don't get them caught in melee because they die in seconds. But, you know, that's a different story. Be interested to see, actually, when the Space Marines start pushing over the lip here. Because then they'll start running out of the firepower range. So that'll force all the others to start moving up. But that line is just holding firm for the Space Marines. They're not faltering. They're literally throwing their lives against this to stop that orc horde. Are any of these tanks actually still operational? I think this tank might be operational. No, it's not. It's not moving. I don't think any of them are actually working. Yeah, I think the orcs got to them, unfortunately. Oh, well, that's unfortunate. We are coming down to our last few orcs, though. The rear line here. And these Space Marines have just pushed themselves closer and closer together so they can fight back to back, carving a path through the orc hordes. We've got some truly stupendous body piles, man. I absolutely love that. But it still feels like there's so many orcs remaining. But yeah, look, I can't believe these Space Marines. They've done such an amazing flanking maneuver here. Truly living up to what Space Marines are really meant to do. And look, in the background, the Battle Brothers now capturing the high ground, raining death down upon the orc horde in front of them, ensuring that everyone has fire support. Let's go look at this Blood Lake as well. Little Timmy, get out your merchant fleet. Get out the goddamn aircraft carrier. That is an amazing Blood Lake. I was not expecting that to be so deep. Oh my god. It's like one of them puddles when you walk down the road and it just looks like a little puddle and then you just disappear into the underworld when you step into it. Yeah, that's what that felt like. Space Marines now getting this flank under control little by little as well. There's only a few orcs remaining over here. And they've still got all these guys to go through, yeah. This has been a brutal fight, man. I absolutely love this one. 30,000 orcs remaining, 1,500 defenders. It was looking really grim there at the start. The Death Corps just getting massively overrun. But of course, the Space Marines so far have come to save the day. And that's exactly what they've been doing. Thanks to them, a lot of these Kriegsmen will live to fight another day. And I think that's safe to say now as we come down to our last 24,000 orcs. Though who knows? They could just completely collapse this line over here quickly. These Space Marines have got to be weak and damaged by now. They can't have that much left in them. I say that, but, you know, they have just... Look, this is the actual path. They've just gone all the way around there, carved all the way through an orc horde, and they're still going strong. You got to hand it to them. That's remarkable. Space Marines are so powerful. Yeah, and then you, of course, you've just got the bolt guns just going absolutely ham. Have we... Oh, yeah, okay. The entire flank now on this side has been cleaned up. The Orks are no more over here. There's no more Orks over there. So this is literally everything here in the center now. Everything that's here is all that the Orks have. So what we're quickly going to do is we're just going to quickly time-lapse this last little bit here as the Orks melt against the Space Marines. Oh, we'll be back in a second. Well, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. We're down to the last 300 Orks, it says, as they literally just evaporate there in front of us. Apparently, there's still 300 Orks left on the field. To me, it looks like they're all a bunch of mushrooms at the moment. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, look at this battlefield. There's so many bodies at the Blood Lake. Let's go have a look at the Blood Lake. I love that. This one's a clean one as well. There's no bodies at the bottom of it. Really nice. This one is truly fun for the entire family. But ladies and gentlemen, as always, we've got to make sure that none of these mushroom spores grow into Orks. So as always, I do hope you had a blast. I know I did. Please do comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. A massive shout out to all our channel members who help to keep this channel going. And if you're not a channel member, why the heck not? Click the join button below. And while you're at it, why don't you go ahead and check out the Chaotic Pinky store? We got some really cool merch over there. With all that being said, as always, until next time, peace.